King, but who were the majority of the people on welfare?
White people.
But yet they didn't say, oh, no, but the only thing you saw on television, you saw a black person that they would put up there. But that wasn't true. That wasn't what's true.
Well, it wasn't represented.
Right, it wasn't represented right. But then the average person would go, well, wait a minute. And I would always get my white friends tell me, that's not true, Ty. There are more white people in it. Then why the hell? I said, see, they should be listening to you. There should be a white person out front saying, that's not true. It's not blacks, it's us.
I guess there's a lot of whites who think if you're black, you go to college for free.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's what you're dealing with.
Yeah, but we're getting rid of affirmative action, so there won't be a lot of that going on in the future. No worries.
I had this debate with a friend of mine, and I said, you know what? I said, I'm 52 years old. I said, it took, 52 years. I mean, from Jim Crow. Yeah. I said, and you're worried about affirmative action? I said, black folks had a Black Wall Street. We had stores and schools and banks. We did exactly what you told us to do. And you burned it down. You burned it to the ground. You killed over 3,000 people and no one went to jail. And that happened right there. So you're talking about terrorism? That was American terrorism right here in the old US of A.
It's this whole, and obviously, as history bears it out, this came way before Trump. But it's, one of his biggest complaints that he's constantly whining about is that things aren't fair to him. This is unfair to the president. His definition of fair and what these people who protest affirmative action, their definition of fair means slanted towards us, the way it's always been, the way we have been accustomed to. That's their baseline. Doesn't matter that it was unfair to anyone else. They were getting along just fine, and that means to them
these people
it was
marching
fair.
In Charlottesville are an unoppressed population. Now, they may be struggling because of, the economic situation. I don't doubt that their lives may be hard as individuals.
But you guys make a good
point. But they are an unimpressed population.
You made a good point last time. I didn't know what the word cosmopolitan meant.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you guys, and like they said, there's a certain individual who understands the what do they call it? The dog whistle words that the average American don't know what those are.
Yeah.
And you guys pick up, and you just made a good point there of the way that Trump says that things aren't fair.
Yeah.
See, the average person's not going to pick up on that language.
Yeah. That's,
because that's but the guy who's, I hate to say, people with a little bit more knowledge than the average.
Yeah.
No shame in that.
I mean, it's just the staggering level of entitlement in white supremacy. But it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. One of the things I'm really eager to talk about with you guys is, and it's on our list for today, is the sort of opioid epidemic. And how that's going to shake out racially. Because, I really think that there's a possibility that Jeff Sessions, if he's even still the AG in a month from now, who knows, is going to, we're looking to keep our prison industrial complex going. And we have a whole new population of drug abusers. And, Trump came out this week and say we're going to be, it's going to be a law and order approach to the opioid epidemic rather than treatment. And, that opens up a very interesting can of racial worms, right? Because it's white people who are addicted to those drugs, not black people.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen there?
It's in white suburbia. It's in huge white suburbia, especially places like Cleveland, Cincinnati. Yeah. They've done these major parts of Philadelphia. Also in the rural areas with the crystal meth, they've already checked out the drug cartel. The drug cartel are bringing in the fentanyl, and they're bringing in the crystal meth, which is a drug of choice of whites, not blacks.
Oh, yeah.
Now, one thing about an Hispanic, they do a little bit of everything. Yeah, because I've
truly multicultural in their drug.
They're a combo platter, for sure.
Working at juvie, and if you talk to some of the kids, they're doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Whereas blacks is usually
that's
weed,
how I like to
and weed, and and also this is this so-called war on drugs. We went down this road before. Who got screwed?
Yeah.
Black man.
The black man and the taxpayer.
But I
Exactly.
mean, the question I really is: do you think that this is somehow going to come out on the blacks of the black people, or on
no.
the?
Do you see how he's saying it is now a state of emergency?
Right.
There was no state of emergency for weed and crack.
No.
Okay, and if you had crack cocaine instead of powder, you got more for the rock.
Well, then you got for the powder.
Yeah, and which they already and now that all that's come out, and you locked up damn near 30 million black folks in that process. So they're saying now it's on the white side.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to do something about this. This can't happen.
It won't
get there.
We will not fill our prisons with white people.
No.
Well,
you know what? Although,
really?
and not to go,
because that's their. Because
that's their base.
They need to win elections.
Yeah.
And
if they take the
by denying black people to vote,
you can't
it's
take
a
grandma
system.
off to jail.
Right.
Yeah. Grandma's got to vote for Don Jr.
Yeah.
Not to go all conspiracy theorists, but what if they do want to fill the prisons with white people so they can then train those prisoners and make them into the white militia?
Oh no, they're already
that
already setting up
America
their
from
Kinderlager,
the
aren't?
Jews
Don't you
and
think,
the blacks.
David?
The
Kinderlager, the plans have been drawn out. The real estate has been purchased. I think it's going to be some old mall somewhere.
I don't know.
So that like the little kids can be trained in martial arts in the gymboree.
I don't know the word
space.
Kinderlager. It sounds like beer made from children.
It's the school. It's a light frothy. It's a wheat beer.
All right.
Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I don't put anything past any of these.
This goes back
of
to
the new generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. This goes back to George Wallace. When George Wallace, I mean, here it is.
Wait, the comedian or the
the governor,
right.
George Wallace. When he was speaking on poor whites.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I was in the doorway the other day. I was.
And the poor whites are going through. I mean, and they don't.
Sorry, go on, Tymon.
They don't get to their thinking, and it goes back to them getting their pocket picked, and they're getting their pocket picked again. Someone's picking their pocket and making them feel like idiots because, like I said, this is why you have Trump in your office. Their pockets were picked. Mm-hmm. They were sold a bit of goods. Obama's your problem. He's a black man. He's this or that. You ain't going to have this. Now, he gave...
The Jews on Wall Street?
Yeah, wait a minute. And you gave them health care, but no, it's not health care. It's Obamacare. So we hate it. I'm going to sign up for it, but I hate it. I want it. Oh, no, don't get rid of it. No, don't get rid of it. Oh, no. But I hate Obama. Yeah, I hate it.
I hate Obama.
Right.
I like care.
Oh, my kidneys. Yeah, oh, no. But, and you can't... They're so confused, and they have to have something white to look at. Now, I got into a debate with my Armenian dentist, and he said, no, that white thing, Ty, that's not true. White people, blah, blah, blah. I said, really, you don't think so? I said, what do you think this country's been built on for years? I'm sorry. I thought my parents were crazy, but you know what? They're not.
Built on white supremacy is what you're saying.
It's definitely built.
Oh, my God, of course.
Now, the beauty of it, I said, now, when you I told him this, talk to a white person who is grounded, and they are the ones you need to say that will set your ass straight. Mm-hmm. You guys are grounded. You will tell people, no, this is white folks doing blah, blah, blah. He said, really? I said, I'm telling you, you're talking maybe to that Orange County white cat out there who you thought that, Obama did this. No. You've been brought up on that. Talk to those straight up white folks that will tell you what is real. Mm-hmm. And those are the ones you say, you know what? Hey, man, this opioid thing is, they didn't do that for crack. They didn't do that for, but you need to talk to grounded white folks.
Crack, AIDS, now opiates. It's like as soon as it gets out to the white kids in the suburbs, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Until then, it's mostly gays, it's mostly blacks, it's mostly inner city people, with the finger quotes going.
And those are the very guys who are also, it's like the Brits came over and told you where they stole their music from. White folks would say, no, Elvis Presley, man, he was the coolest brother. No, Elvis created rock and roll.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't get it from the Little Richard? No. He would never do that. No.
No.
But the Brits will tell you, and that's what's happening. People are actually, you need to talk to some people who are really going to tell you the truth about things.
Yeah. Well, right here. This is where you're going to get it.
That's
it's
right.
Full on truth.
Yeah. Well, Erika, you do tell the truth. You do.
So it's been said. What else we got?
Well, so we're speaking about the impact of Donald Trump, and I want to go back to the campaign before the election. I don't remember exactly when it was that Hillary Clinton said, you can't have someone in the Oval Office who overreacts to a tweet, or who gets freaked out by
loses temper.
Yeah, and we were talking about that in the context of these threats against North Korea and Venezuela. But the news that came out this week that twice a day, Donald Trump gets briefings telling him what a great guy he is and what a wonderful job he's doing.
Ego briefings, so good. Just a light fluffing for him because he starts to sag mid-morning. He needs to have a cookie and a briefing and an ego briefing. And then he feels better.
It's like printouts of news clippings about what a great job he's doing, and
is
pictures
Huckabee doing this to him?
This is
gotta be the
I don't know.
No, these are his staffers. So they have the real presidential daily briefing, which he roundly ignores because it doesn't have pictures or bullet points, and he can't really digest it. And then they bring him the specially written ego briefing, which just has lots of clips. His name is highlighted in the briefing, and it's one in which nice things are said about him. It's all Fox News dreck and what have you. So, yeah, that's what's happening there.
This is what a sad, pathetic little man is the president of the United States.
I mean, at this point, it's like we don't even have a president. We don't. He has not staffed up any of his departments. He has not staffed up the State Department. I read a Vanity Fair piece about the Department of Energy.
Dragging their feet. He hasn't even pitched nominees.
Yeah,
so.
No, he has there's no interviews. There was
this
in this piece about the Department of Energy showing up, so they all got ready right after the inauguration. They're all shiny and bright in their seats waiting for the new president to show up, as has happened in the entire history of this department. And he never comes by, and then he sends a proxy over, and the guy is sort of on his phone and picks up a report and leaves. And the whole Department of Energy, and this is who manages our nuclear arsenal.
As our Secretary of Energy was astonished to learn
Perry
when he got the
yes,
job.
Exactly. And so it's just that whole department is basically unstaffed and unguided.
Previous head of that department, physicist with PhD. Anyway, under Obama.
Yes, exactly. And now Yahoo with fake glasses to make him look smarter. Yeah.
I want to go back to the ego briefings real quick, though, because this week Trump also launched whatever they're calling it, the Trump Real News.
Real News, with his daughter-in-law.
Yeah, his daughter-in-law and the chick who was at CNN for half a second to make a name for herself.
Yeah.
But, it astounds me, and, this also goes back to the point of we have to keep talking about this stuff because, this is the first attempt at a state-run media outlet here, the state-run media, the choice of dictators around the world. So it's just more ignorance from the right that they refuse to see the signs.
Wait,
and that
the signs of what?
The signs of tyranny. All this stuff.
Yeah,
they spent 8 years comparing Obama to Hitler. It's like at this point you just want to go back in time and go. You guys know who Hitler is?
Really?
Because when you do actually see the signs coming,
let's do a side-by-side comparison.
You're going to totally miss them.
These are the people that also rejected, you wanted someone with an education. The guy had the education. As a matter of fact, as quiet as it's kept, his mother was white.
But he's still black, baby.
Yeah, but he let them know, I am a multicultural, I am what growing up in America and the whole thing.
It's what it is.
Which the dickhead we have in office said.
But you understand that that's, in some ways, I think, even more terrifying to them than a full-blooded black man, because then you've got